guys are gonna decide who wins this.
This is so hard.
Anything could happen today.
Holy shit.
Everything now is riding on run 2.
Let's see what happens.
Who's going to negotiate the bulletproof top?
What? Blowing our minds.
This is the last opportunity to make a difference on this leaderboard.
It's gotta be pretty close, so we don't really know.
Judges, it comes down to this.
One man, one woman, they're driving away in a brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma.
It's hard to put words to how impressive that is.
It was a smart play on his part to put it all on the line.
It is my pleasure to announce that the ultimate mountain athletes are...
I'm Salama Masekela, joined by free skiing legend, Amy Engelbretson. And Amy, somehow it all comes down to this, our 5th and final episode of Ultimate Mountain Athlete presented by Toyota Tacoma.
Yes, and soon the judges will gather here at Red Mountain Alpine Lodge to deliberate and crown our winners. But first, let's jump back into the action from the free skiing event.
You know, the stakes are super high in this kind of competition where you have to have 2 combined runs. There was a lot of blow-ups and a lot of carnage that was happening. Which was like intimidating for us to be at the top watching that and being like, oh gosh, the snow conditions aren't ideal for what we want to do on the top.
I want to be watching for the bottom. Everything now is riding on run 2. What's important to note here is that scoring is cumulative. Riders are going to be judged on their creativity, their execution, and their risk-taking.
The course is very tricky. It sounds like the snow's changing from top to bottom pretty drastically, but I suspect second runs will be much improved.
That was fun! Yo! I'm done!
Yeah,
hanging out with this rad group of people has always kept the vibes pretty high and the stoke pretty high.
Right now I feel an immense sense of relief. It's over. I finished, that's like really mega for me to just finish all these challenges.
Molly, queen of the grabs.
Molly is full send.
Let's go, Molly.
I wanted a clean run.
Yeah!
I just kind of aired the cornice and kind of skied through some rocks.
Molly, what?
People love the rocks.
Molly is blowing our minds. Super aggressive, took a really creative line, had a ton of speed and power coming down. That was it. Yeah.
Kind of wish I did a 3 on that last jump, but I was like, this is too grab.
Second run, I was like, the pressure's a little bit on because I feel like Molly and I are really close on our runs, even though I didn't know what she got judged or anything. I just felt like we were really close. I was like, okay, I gotta like do something different. I was like, okay, if the snow softens up and like things line up, just like charge as hard as you can and have a clean run. I almost lost it. So that was intimidating because it made you just question the line that you were gonna take. I think that's the whole thing with competition. You have to balance risk as well as like ski it smart and safe.
Came in hot and steezy, some really big air, high speed, really strong from Madison.
When I landed it, I just made this like big, like super G turn, which just felt super good. And that's kind of my background as a racer. So it felt really good just to ski. Like, I love skiing. The snow conditions down there were just like perfect, like rippable corn.
It'd be very interesting to see what kind of points Matt just put up, because she pretty much just set the standard.
Dude, you feel it. Yeah,
Jet! Ow, ow!
See ya.
Woo! Wow. Nice, that was style.
It would have been nice to like get a couple more ski tours and some endurance in, because I feel like I was lacking on that department, but it's been a hell of a ride, really good time.
Second run from Jed. Great line from him, super powerful. We were oohing and awing the whole time.
Oh, he's coming in hot. Nice. So you're gonna be incorporating some long form endurance into the training.
I think it would help me a lot. I need to get on Carson's level, not be winded when I get to the top of everything.
I just like to see people do well and have a good time. That's the point of this stuff. Like, we're just sliding around on slippery sticks on snow and playing on bikes like we're little kids. Like, you can't take it too seriously.
That was total redemption for Carson. He went back for his big jump, hit it with a little less speed, but really, really clean, big air, came in strong on the landing. Congrats, Carson, that was rad.
What do you feel in your body from that crash?
Entire upper body, back shoulders is just kind of locked up.
Ugh, didn't look like it here, especially when you went for the tail snatch at the end.
Well, you make it work.
Yeah, McNutt! Ow, ow!
So going into the second run, I just felt like keeping it clean and getting to the bottom in one piece was the main goal.
Yeah! That was good.
You know, you can't take it too easy just because those other guys are maybe not going to, so it sort of pushes everyone equally.
Really steezy, kind of nose butter 180 on the top cornice into a couple huge turns, went really wide. Great line from Nick.
Yeah, bud. Woo! Nice. That was good. That's what you want to see.
Now that you've just taken your last run in the final event, what's your initial summation of the last 5 days?
It's all things that I do and participate in, but like stacking them up like that with like the heavy cardio and the altitude.
Different.
It was hard.
It hits different.
It was hard.
The snow is super chattery at the top and like rock hard, so I wanted to like air over some rock, which was a blast and super fun, and then I kind of proceeded through the jumps.
Huge air at the top on the rocks, that was awesome, and then some style points down here at the lower, so way to take advantage of the whole run.
Oh! Let's go!
I was really hoping to score some good points today to potentially put me somewhere close to the top.
Oh, he's coming in hot.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh! Let's go!
Did you drink a big old bottle of Send at the top?
Everybody's got tricks. Everybody's super strong riders.
Now we're gonna tally up all of the points from the entirety of this event and crown our inaugural Ultimate Mountain Athlete champions. Judges, here we are. It comes down to this. It feels like we have been in the Ultimate Mountain Athlete bubble of just nonstop competition, but now the pressure really falls on y'all. We're gonna get your perspective on the last few days. Are you ready to party?
Yeah. Let's party.
We're ready. All right.
I think it's really got to be quite tight. It's probably anyone's game, you know. Everyone's kind of shown their strong suits.
People just like put the fear away, and it was just really cool to see everyone trying really hard.
I feel a connection with all these ladies, and I think that it's been really cool to also see them excel and push themselves.
It feels like I've been running around outside and kind of hammering for several days. We'll see what happens.
Everybody has something that they're really strong on, so we'll see.
I coulda, woulda, shoulda, so if I got second or third, it would be like a little blow to the, like, damn, that would have been sweet.
I think Molly and I are super tight. Like, I have no clue what our, like, where it ranks, because I don't know the scoring.
I have no idea, honestly.
It's got to be pretty close, so we don't really know. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to find out.
Hi, y'all.
Hello.
Before we get to the winners, I'd like to check in with you guys and get a sense of what this experience has been for you. So, Jake, where were your highs? Where were your lows? Your overall vibe?
I just had a ton of fun all week. Yeah, it looks harder and longer.
I was really impressed with Jake because he's not a climber. But he did not choose the easiest of all the climbs. You know, he did challenge himself.
Get it! Woo!
Jake, no contest. Like, that guy just looked awesome on the bike. He was stylish, he had scrubs, he had whips. I think he got like the 3rd fastest time in the air downhill, but he just looked so good on the bike doing it that I had to give him like full points.
He really went for it in terms of showcasing the free ski side of his skill set. To throw a backflip in the backcountry on a jump that you didn't build, that you haven't hit before, there's just so much at play there that really got us stoked.
It was a smart play on his part to put it all on the line. Yeah, I had a good time skiing and mountain biking, and the whole event was rad.
It was so fun to watch you. Karsten, where did you impress yourself, and where do you feel like you held back and you had more to give?
This contest was just a super cool concept and a great excuse to get out into some amazing mountains with rad people.
You were going fast, though.
You were going fast.
I believe that Karsten should be explored by scientists.
Yes.
Because every time he came across the finish line, he was not breathing heavy at all.
I just went slightly faster than is comfortable, but, you know, solid half-day pace.
You are like breathing as if you just took a walk around the corner.
A little more tired than usual, but I don't think it was like terrible.
It's like Superman not knowing he can fly.
I love this guy.
I'd say hats off to Karsten.
Yeah, Karsten!
He really impressed us right off the bat. Karsten, his overall time was 1 hour and 25 minutes. Like how long it takes me to shower and get out of the house in the morning. So inhuman fast times.
When I saw him come out, I'm like, oh, okay, now this guy knows how to bike. The style, the speed, guy knows how to bike for sure. It was really cool to see.
Emily! What were the highlights for you?
It was just really inspiring. I think the first day climbing, and I watched Mads and Molly do the 11A. I felt like that helped me send the 5.9, you know?
Yeah. And the 5.10.
She's got great turns, but it was just a very simple clean. Wasn't trying to do a lot with the terrain.
That's when my body like started to see the consequences of maybe what I push it through.
Emily looked way better on the bike. Very proficient, and had a good stance as well, good positioning, and it looked like she was having fun out there.
Camille,
you,
the pride of Argentina. The way that you showed up to every single event, especially the ones that you didn't have experience in, like on the climbing day, was just inspiring beyond comprehension. All of the athletes at the end of the climb day voted Camille as the most outstanding performer.
Yeah, on that first climb, she learned a lot because that was her 2nd time ever climbing outside ever in her life. So really saying a lot to her athleticism because she stepped up to a harder climb for her last one.
I did it!
Cami dropped in, hit that top air that everybody else was hitting, and went 1.5 times bigger than anybody else, I feel like.
It was such a bummer because she was so close to landing that.
She's an animal. I love that girl. She actually ripped the hardest line to the left right off the start. You had to go up and off a lily pad, right up onto a rock, and then air off the end of it. She absolutely shredded that top part. She made every single landing. She was styling every jump, throwing in little bar turns and little whips. She was, favored to do well there, and she did.
Which sport is going to be like your new sport that you're maybe going to keep practicing?
I'm a climber now.
Hey!
Oh yeah.
There you are. Nick, you are such an incredibly well-rounded athlete, but I know this week really challenged you. What were the points during this competition that put you all the way to your limit?
Chasing Karsten up the hill, trying to keep eyes on him while he's way above me, and seeing Jed right behind me 20 seconds back, the whole time. That definitely was probably the hardest I pushed all week.
The ski tour day, I couldn't have gone any harder. I think I would have fallen on my face. I almost did fall on my face just trying to keep up with McNutt here.
I feel like the tone was set day one in climbing of this kind of dynamic between Jed and Nick.
Yeah, they both chose the same route on the first climb, and time was the determining factor on that. Second round, they both chose the same climb, and then last minute, Jed chose to do one harder, which would give him 10 extra points automatically if he could top out. So it was a fantastic use of strategy from Jed on that one.
In the sprint challenge, both Jed and Nick were talking about how they were pushing each other. Like, Nick didn't want to let off the gas because Jed was right there, and Jed didn't want to let off the gas because he didn't want to lose Nick.
Jed went exploring on his run down the face, and Nick, he was the first one to really show us what was possible through that cliff band. So that was big points for Nick in that zone as well.
So Jed, I would have to say, looked the most hesitant on the bike. He was casing some jumps, and I had to dock him for that. He got the slowest times in the downhills.
Wrong direction!
But he did have good runs, so obviously a very good biker. Nick, the guy is fast. He's a good rider.
God, you're looking well-rounded right now.
And he was actually clearing the landings. He was going to flat. And on the third jump of the day, he landed on his front wheel.
Whoa.
And then he just instantly started pedaling and then, like, full tilt into the next jump, styled it up, he went right back on it. Incredible focus. And then, as it turns out, he got the fastest time in that race.
Jed, super strong skier. What was his run?
Jed on the upper half had 3 big airs. He took advantage of, jumping and playing off all of the rocks. He was really committed to his line. This seemed like he was finally in his element on skis.
Nick's first run, he unfortunately had a pretty heavy crash. Second run was a great run. He went to the skier's right jump, did a nice left 3, and then went old school on the tree jump and did a very proper, fully extended Cossack.
Nice.
To come out here to Colorado and this beautiful location and do all the things I love, it's just been an incredible week.
Molly, such a big week, so many components. Where do you feel like this week you really flourished?
To be honest, I think I flourished most hanging with Mads.
There was an instant competition, Molly and Mads. Like, they were together, same routes. Molly went first. Your thoughts on Molly's climbing?
Molly really had such amazing footwork and just really danced up the climbs. It was awesome to watch.
Nucks for Lux.
Madison also danced up the climbs. The only thing I think when we're talking about competition, I think what got to Madison on the second climb was just this idea that she had to go fast. She just lost her balance and fell off that second climb. That just kind of like, the sad trombone sound kind of came at that moment for Madison because all Molly had to do was just top out.
Yeah, Molly! When it came time for the women to drop, they were all really nervous and concerned about the conditions because they knew that none of the men had stayed on their feet. And then they just went ham, it sounds like.
Molly had me so hyped. Molly is blowing our minds. She was so stylish, she was so aggressive, clean, beautiful. Madison is also a really strong technical skier, but this was Molly's time. Like, she really sent it. That was her moment, and her style was executed so well.
Molly, tons of competition experience. Madison, very little competition experience in the big mountain world. Let's go to Madison and go through her run.
Madison was our high scorer for the big mountain descent. She came in really high speed, huge GS turns. She was the second fastest overall, so for men and women, that was super impressive.
Madison down below, pretty much straight lined into the tree jump, did a spread eagle and went bigger than anybody did on that jump all day.
Yeah, when she came into visibility on the bottom, it looked like she had gotten shot out of a cannon.
When it came time for their race run, they all stayed on the pedals. They all stayed on the bike. They all got it done, and they had good, clean sections through there. So I was happy for them.
It was so interesting because Madison and Molly were actually terrified at the top of the downhill.
Were they ever?
Shaking with fear. And that's, again, where you saw that, physically what they were doing was crazy, but mentally what they were able to overcome to just get on that bike and send it was crazy.
I didn't know what to expect coming into this week, and so to get to know all of these amazing people on a deeper level was just like such a win and such a beautiful experience.
It is time for us to make our way over to the winner's circle and crown our overall champions, the first ever
Ultimate Mountain Athletes.
I don't know how you guys are going to decide who wins this.
We have the toughest job here. I thought the athletes had it tough, but what about us poor judges? This is so hard.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. No.
We are about to make some history. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Without further ado, it is my pleasure to announce that the Ultimate Mountain Athletes, presented by Toyota Tacoma, are Molly Armanino and Nick McNutt. Congratulations.
We're gonna go to the van together with Molly.
Nick.
Together with Molly.
Nick. Go, brother.
Got it. It was a big week, so I'm pretty happy that it's over, although it was super fun. It's definitely challenging.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats, man.
I've always thought of myself as a skier, so being considered more well-rounded mountain athlete felt pretty good.
Up, go! What an incredible week of competition this has been. Congratulations to Molly Armanino and Nick McNutt, our inaugural Ultimate Mountain Athlete champions, both driving away in brand new Toyota Tacomas, Amy.
If after watching this you feel like you have what it takes to compete in a multidisciplinary competition, keep your eye on Outside and Toyota for your opportunity to apply.
Yeah, get up off the couch and see if you can hang in Ultimate Mountain Athlete. This has been a blast, Amy.
So fun.
Really a pleasure working with you. My name is Slema Masekela.
I'm Amy Ingebrigtsen.
And this has been Ultimate Mountain Athlete. We'll see you next time.